Hello everyone, welcome to Rajmudra Academy. My name is Varsha Varkar and today onwards we will be studying General Studies 2, that is Indian Constitution and Indian Politics paper. Okay, so it forms with special reference to Maharashtra and law. It forms, it consists of Indian polity, the various laws, okay, and today we are going to learn about the syllabus first because in every examination the one thing is given by the MPSC or we can say the commission, that is the syllabus, and we have to stick to that syllabus. Why? Because it is the only way we can go through the examination and we can know what type of questions they are asking. Okay, second thing and the most important thing we are going to do is discussing PYQs, or you can do if you are starting right now. The first thing I would advise you to do is go through the previous year's questions, because the previous year's question gives us the idea to what should we study. The importance must be given to the topic which are they are asking repeatedly. Okay, so in today's lecture it will be very introductory lecture but very important too, because we are discussing syllabus here. Okay, let's get started. So in the mains examination, total marks of paper or in the paper it is given the 150 marks and duration for that is 2 hours. It will be a objective paper, okay, multiple choice question paper for 2024 upcoming examination. Okay, so the first point is the Constitution of India. What we are going to learn, or what we are going to learn in the GS paper 2, okay, Indian Constitution and Indian Politics. So the various aspect consisting of it, the first one is the Constitution of India. Making of the Constitution, how our Constitution is being made, then salient features of the Constitution. What our Constitution is the biggest constitution or ever written, okay, written constitution in the world. So and there are so many other aspects. So what are salient features of the Constitution? The third point is philosophy of Constitution. What is philosophy? The first thing that came into our mind when we say, or when I said that the Constitution or philosophy of Constitution is secular, democratic and socialist. And the most important thing in that, when we say Constitution, we think about limited government. Limited government. Okay, then second we think about social justice. For the examination, we need to know what type of question they are asking and from which part of the syllabus they are asking question. So the philosophy of the Constitution, we need to know what is secular, what is democratic. Constitution means, is our country is democratic country, right? We are living in a liberal democratic country. What type of government we are having? We are having the representative democratic system, that we, each and every one of us is not involved in decision making process, but we represent or we elect our representatives to have to govern ourselves. Okay, we are giving consent. Okay, so this type of democracy we are having, this type of governance or government system we are having. Then fundamental right. What are the fundamental rights? In Marathi we say that मूलभूत हक्क. The fundamental rights are, which are those rights which every human being will need to aspire or to be in general at his best. Okay, next, third thing is abolition of right to property as fundamental right. So the beauty of MPSC is that we can say in the syllabus they have given a very detailed explanation. Each and every detail is already given in the syllabus, so we don't have to wonder anywhere else. What are they asking? what type of question they will not ask, where should I focus on, everything is given in the syllabus. You just have to focus on syllabus and covering each and every point with conceptual clarity, and you will sail through it. So first thing is, in the syllabus we have given the abolition of right to property as fundamental right, then inclusion of RTE as fundamental right, that is right to education. We have made right to education as our fundamental right. So we need to study about that. We will study about that thoroughly. Okay. Then our next point is inclusion. The next point is DPSPs, that is directive principles of state policy. Relationship between fundamental rights and directive principle of state policy. So sorry, I am keep saying polity, it is policy. So first thing is, so we should first understand what is fundamental right. Then we should understand what is directive principles of state polity. Those are the principle given to our governors or who are representative, so they can have a social justice, or our India have a social justice or equality in every sphere of life. Okay, so directive principles of state policy and the relationship with what relationship of fundamental rights and directive principles are having. Okay, how they are connected, how they are different. Okay, the consequences, everything. Then right to work, that is MG, Narega, and right to information. Then next is fundamental duties, independent judiciary. What are our duties? Just like we are having our rights, the fundamental rights, we also have fundamental duties. Okay, so we are going to study thoroughly about our fundamental duties. Then independent judiciary. Our judiciary, okay, is independent. Then how does it work? Everything about it we are going to study. Third point of our syllabus is amendment procedure and major amendment to the constitution. So what is amendments? So whenever any constitution is being made, we won't guarantee that in course of time it will not change or it will be relevant in every year or for the next upcoming generations. So we need to change the little bit of it. Okay, so we are studying the philosophy of our constitution. The next thing we are going to study the basic structure of our constitution and the what type of amendments, what type of changes we can make, what is the procedure in which those changes are being made. Okay, so we are going to study the procedure of amendment and the major amendments to the constitution. Then next, judicial review and doctrine of basic features. In that, we are going to study what is Keswananda Bharati case, what is Manika versus State of Madras case, what is Minerva Mills case. Okay. Structure and functions of major commissions and boards. Which commissions and which boards? Election Commission of India, Union and State Public Service Commissions, then National Women's Commission, then National Human Rights Commission, National Minorities Commission, National SS Commission, that is Scheduled Caste Commission, National Scheduled Tribe Commissions, River Water Dispute Settlement Board, and Central Information Commission. Okay, so we have to study all of these things. Then next are Indian federalism. Okay, we have India has a federal system. So how does it work? The distribution of legislative powers. What is union list? How many subjects are there? What is state list? What is concurrent list? The residuary powers, where does it lies? Then Article 377. Okay, sorry, Article 370 now removed. Then still we have to study this. Then Article 371 and asymmetrical federation. In the given course of time, you will learn what is asymmetrical federalism is. Then next, linguistic reorganization of states. Next is issue of regional imbalance and the formation of new state. what is the regional imbalance, what is regional aspirations. Okay, all of these things we have to study in this course. Why there is demand for formation of new state. Then center and state relation, how center and state relation work, how administrative, how executive and financial relation work. Okay, what are the procedures. Okay, then interstate relations, interstate council and zonal council. Okay, next is Niti Aayog and the changing nature of fiscal federalism. How fiscal federalism, how monetary policies are changing between the state and the center. What Niti Aayog has done. Okay, so agenda of Niti Aayog was to bottom up approach. Okay, bottom up approach. Okay, what does it mean? That from regional to the world level or regional to the center level. Okay, then Sarkariya Commission's recommendation. Okay, next in our syllabus is given that Indian political system. What is the structure of Indian political system? Powers and functions of the government. Nature of Indian federation, that is union and state. Then union and state, how the legislature work. Okay, then how executive functions, what is judiciary, and in above point we have also seen the independence of judiciary. Okay, why does independence of judiciary matter, what is the important things in that we have to study. Okay, yes, legislative, executive, judiciary, center state relation in administrative, executive and financial relation, statutory power and allocation of subjects. Okay, next is union executive. In that we have to study president, vice president, prime minister and council of ministers, attorney general of India and comptroller and auditor general of India. Okay, next topic, that is union legislature. In that we are going to study what parliament is, speaker and deputy speaker, their functions, their procedure, then parliamentary committees, various parliamentary committees. In this year we have also seen the question in UPSC main syllabus, question are being asked on the parliamentary committees. Then parliament's control over the executive. Next thing is judiciary. Judiciary, organization of judiciary. What type of judiciary we are having? We are having integrated judiciary. Okay, in India we have integrated judiciary. Next, the role, the powers and the function of the Supreme Court and High Court. Subordinate courts, how do they work? Then we have to see Lokpal, what is Lokpal, what is Lokayukta and what is Lok Nyayalaya. Okay, then next thing is judiciary as a protector of constitutional order and fundamental right. How judiciary protect the fundamental rights of the citizen and constitutional order. Okay, then we are going to see judicial activism and public interest litigation. Okay, again I am emphasizing on the detailing of the syllabus. Everything is given in the syllabus, we just have to go one by one about all the concepts and we have to gain knowledge about it with contemporary touch. Okay, evolution of Indian administration, pre-British period, British period, after independence period. Okay, so how our Indian administration have evolved throughout the years, we are going to study about that. Then our fourth point is state government and administration with special reference to Maharashtra. Okay, formation and reorganization of Maharashtra state. We have to see little bit of a history and context. Then governor, chief minister and council of minister. Next, state secretariat, chief secretary, functions and role. Okay, who is chief secretary, their functions and their role. Next is legislature. legislative assembly, legislative council, power, functions, memberships, everything. Okay. Next is rural and urban local government and administration. In that, we are going to see attributes of local government. The first point is rural government and administration. Rural government and administration. In that, we have to study Gram Sabha, which is Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, and Jilha Parishad. Their composition, their power and functions, Chief Executive Officer, who is CEO, how does they work, okay. Then Block Development Officer, Gram Sevak, functions and his role too. Then next is 73rd Constitutional Amendment, importance and its feature. Importance and features. What is 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act? We are going to see it completely. Next is rural development and Panchayati Raj. Our next point is urban local government and administration. In that, we have to see what is Nagar Panchayat, what is municipal council, municipal corporation and cantonment board, their composition, their powers and their functions. Chief officer and municipal commissioner, their functions and role. Then 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, its main feature, its importance, okay. Urban development and urban local bodies, okay. In the syllabus, our next section is district administration, okay. In that, we are going to see evolution and development of administration in India. District collector, district collector's power and his functions, changing role of district collector, subdivisional officer, tahsildar, talathi, functions and role, okay. We have to study each and everything in detail because everything is given in the syllabus itself. Law and order, agencies of law and order, district collector, district police superintendents and citizens, okay. Next point is political parties and pressure groups, okay. Changing nature of India's party system. We have seen a lot of evolution in India's political system or political party from one party dominated system to coalition government. We have seen everything, okay. So regional parties जो है वो किस तरह से उन्होंने कवर अप कर लिया और क्यों उनका जो इम्पोर्टेंस है इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है, ये सब चीज़ें हमें यहाँ पे देखनी है. पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एंड प्रेशर ग्रुप्स. So changing nature of India's party system, national parties and regional parties. How ideology, their organization, their party funding, electoral performance and social basis and major interest groups in Maharashtra works, we have to see everything, okay. Next is the electoral process. Main feature of electoral process. What is universal adult franchise? A single member territorial constituencies. Then reserved constituency. What are reserved constituencies? How the election or the all the process is happening. Then election machineries, Election Commission of India, State Election Commission, then general elections for Lok Sabha and State Assembly, okay. Elections to local bodies, issues in conducting free and fair elections. Next, we have to see electoral reforms, issues of electoral funding and expenditure, and next is electronic voting machines and VVPAT. Okay, we have to see or we are going to learn everything and each and every detail that given in the syllabus in upcoming lectures. Okay, going on, ninth point of our syllabus is mass media. Everybody knows the role of media, okay. So the role and importance of print and electronic media in policy making, formation of public opinion and public education, okay. So media plays a huge role in democracy and for that matter in every country, okay. So we often say that media as agenda setters, okay, because they influence so much, we say them as we call them agenda setters. So how their role and their impact is happening on public policy making or public policy formation. Next, we are going to learn about Press Council of India, Code of Conduct for Mass Media, in that issue of fake news, paid news, okay, portrayal of women in mass media. Next, freedom of speech and expression and limitation thereon. How censorship works, okay. We have seen multiple examples of censorship and how they work. We are going to learn about it. Emerging challenges of social media. Why social media? Because it is a electronic media, or it is a device of electronic system. So it is very hard, because it is emerging technology. It is very hard to curb the data breach. Okay, so piracy. So there are so many things, a complex phenomena is evolving in this, so we have to study about it. Then our next point in our syllabus is our education system. In education system, we have to see directive principles of state policy and education. What are the directive principles are given in our constitution about the education? Next, educational problems of disadvantaged section like scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, Muslims and women. Then privatization of education, issues of access to education, merit, quality and social justice. So we have to know the education is a fundamental need of every human being to be have a successful life or to lead a particular competition. Okay, so what are the issues vulnerable sections are facing? We have to know about it. Okay, then contemporary challenges in higher education today. What are the contemporary challenges we are facing? Then ICT, that is information and communication technology in education. Okay, the various ways in which government has helped various platforms to get access. Okay, next is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan. We have to study that. Okay, next point in our syllabus is administrative law. What is rule of law? What is separation of power? What is delegated legislation? Then administrative discretion, administrative tribunals, principle of natural justice, vigilant commission, Lokpal and Lokayukta, and constitutional protection to public servants. Okay, so we are going to study about it. Next, Maharashtra Land Revenue Code of 1966. What is definition? What classes and kinds of lands is there? Then use of lands and procedure of change of use, assessment of land revenue, land records, provision of appeal and revision and review. Next, point 13, some pertinent laws. There are some laws we have to study rigorously. The first one is Environmental Protection Act 1986. Second, the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education 2009. Third, Right to Information Act 2005. Then Information Technology Act 2000, that is cyber law, its definition, authorities, electronic governance, okay, offenses and penalties. Fourth or fifth one is the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Sixth one is Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. Okay. Next is the Maintenance of Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizen Act 2007. And next is Protection of Civil Rights Act 1955. Okay. Next point in our syllabus is social welfare and social legislation. Constitutional provision relating to socio-economic justice. As I have earlier said that government works for achieving socio-economic justice, or we can say social justice. everything or every time we are working on something is for what matter? For social justice, for equality in our society. Okay, to bridge the gap between poor and the rich, to bridge the gap between one who is superior and who treats other as inferior. Okay, social welfare and social legislation. Okay, then protection to women under the Constitution of India and human rights, the protection of women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, then protection to children under Constitution and human rights, the concept of free legal aid and public interest litigation. What is PIL? Okay, what is free legal aid? Everything we have to study. The 15th point of our syllabus is financial administration. We are seeing each and every detail. Okay. First one is budgetary process. How does it get prepared? Enactment and execution of budget. Next, control over public expenditure. Parliamentary control, the finance ministry control, and the control through committees like PSC, that is Public Account Committee, Estimate Committee, and Committee on Public Sector or Public Undertakings, and CAG. What is CAG? Comptroller and Auditor General of India, its function and its role. Okay. Next point in our syllabus is agricultural administration and rural economy. In that we have to see green revolution and white revolution. Then in our topic or in our syllabus, the 17th topic is public services. So we have to study about all India services, what are central services, what are civil services or state services, constitutional position and its functions. Then recruitment and training, types of recruitment and training. Then training institutes like Labasna or Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration. Then Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy. In Maharashtra, we have Yashwantrao Chavan Academy of Development Administrative, that is Yashada. Then Indian Institute of Public Administration. Okay. Then next point is Central Secretariat, that is PMO, Prime Minister Office, Cabinet Secretary, its power, its function, its role. Okay. Next point in our syllabus is constitutional and statutory body. Okay, constitutional institution. In that we have to study State Election Commission and Advocate General. Next, statutory institution, Lokpal and Lokayukta. Okay, so you can see that there are so many points are being repeated. Okay, we are seeing them again and again. So we have to focus on that point a little longer than any other area. Okay, so in examination they are going to ask a lot of question about Lokpal and Lokayukta. The trend of examination, the trend of the question, what type of question is being asked or are being asked, we have to study and we are going to study about that. The 19th point in our syllabus is concept, approaches and theories of public administration. This is a little bit of a theoretical part. Okay. So concepts, what is new public management, what is civil society, decentralization and delegation and e-governance. Next, approaches, behavioral approaches and system approaches we have to study. And the third one is theories, what is bureaucratic theory, what is human relation theory. So we have to see some thinkers and theoretical theoretical part in this sector of our syllabus. The last point or 20th point of our syllabus is public policy. How public policy get formulated, how does it get implemented, its implementation, evolution and analysis. Next, public policies and globalization. How our public policy and globalization, or how globalization has affected our public policies, the interconnectedness and the relationship between the two. And third, the public policy process in India. How does it get actually formulated and the feedback loop. Everything we have to study in this GS2 paper. So I hope you all have understood the syllabus and what type of question are being asked. We are going to see this in the next lecture. So I hope you have completed reading your syllabus by yourself now and from today onwards. Okay, we are going to see each and every detail of our syllabus. Then what is constitutional order, what is fundamental rights. So we are going to have a detailed explanation in upcoming lectures. Okay, up till now what I want you to do is go through the syllabus one more time, and if you are beginner, if you are starting right now, so I would suggest you some books or resources. The first one I would like you to suggest that go through the State Board, Maharashtra State Board 12th book of political science. Old book. Okay. There has been change in the syllabus, so I would suggest you to go through the old book of 12th. Okay. Then there is NCRT. Okay. NCRT of political science. Same 11th NCRT and 12th NCRT. Okay, and then the most important book in all these factors are going to cover in the one syllabus, that is we called reference book, is M. Lakshmikant. Okay, it is the name of author and the book name called Indian Polity. Okay, as we go along, I will give you more resources if you want to, but first thing first, you have to read the 12th 11th and 12th state boards, especially state boards 12th book, old one, and then NCRT standard 11th and 12th, and then you are going to read the M. Lakshmikant book, that is Indian Polity book. The author is M. Lakshmikant. Okay, I hope you have understood the syllabus, you have understood the resources. I will see you in the next lecture. Till now, have a nice day. Thank you.